It's the Commanders and the Broncos, and it comes your way next.
We've had a driving rainstorm make its way through the plains, and it definitely is. Two one-loss teams set to lace it up. This ought to be fun, and we're underway on EA Sports. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. So here are the Commanders making their way out. Commanding the offense will be the highly touted USC product, Sam Darnold.
And the thing with Sam Darnold is we know the skill set is there. May not be the most mobile or strongest arm quarterback in the league, but usually plays with really good poise and at his best, like a point guard in basketball, able to move around and distribute the rock.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Just like that, it's a gain of 12 and a first down on their first play.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Defensively, Harrison Phillips there to stop him. 2nd and 10.
At the 37-yard line.
Darnold. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 42. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 42-yard line. They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. Pushes past him. And now running right through it. And he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. The numbers for him from a week ago, 18 carries, 62 yards.
Not a horrendous week last week running the ball, but definitely room for improvement for their numbers. No doubt they made some slight adjustments to how they're going to call plays this week in hopes they can kick those numbers up a notch.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. So they give up the completion there. But defensively, Charles, you're going up against a quarterback here who's had some moments, but really a lot of ups and downs in the early part of his career. What's the plan against a guy like this?
Well, you want to rattle him first and foremost. Bring some people at him, a couple extra guys in the pocket, see if he can handle it. The second thing, you want to make him think. Show him one look, go to another, disguise a few things, make him throw into what you call your defensive traps, and try and make some good plays on the ball and get a few takeaways.
A first down throw, Darnold. And his throw here is incomplete.
Yeah, their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Darnold to throw again. That'll be caught by the big tight end, Andrews. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Well, that's not just his first, not his second, already his 3rd completion here on the opening drive. And I think it's safe to say that getting him the ball in this game, one of their top priorities.
And a top priority for the defense has got to be finding ways to cover him. And I don't think you can have one basic coverage to get it done. You have to throw a number of coverages at him, make him think as he's running downfield, and hope you can create a little bit of havoc.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A stop there on 3rd. They could have held him to 3 on this opening drive. Now they have to bow their necks on 1st and goal.
And if I'm looking at this from the offense's point of view, that's a big-time pickup right there. And I go right at him with another momentum plan. Go quickly and attack them, because right now they'll probably have their heads down a little bit since they didn't stop him on 3rd down.
Not able to go anywhere that time. 2nd down.
That's a nice job defensively to make sure everyone was accounted for, because ordinarily you pick up the guys downfield, and sometimes you forget about the running back. In this case, they did not, and dropped him for no gain.
And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Dobbins once more. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. J.K. Dobbins, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Commanders are on the board first here this afternoon. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. It's the Mississippi State product at quarterback. Calling the shots will be Dak Prescott.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw one touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there, second down.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
In motion left goes a tight end. Here's Jones again on second down. And he'll get this up to about the 40. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on third down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he will have the Broncos first down, at least at first glance, as he'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Prescott looks to throw on first. Finding the open man, and that's Tim Patrick. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
In motion right, that's Metcalf. Now a first down carry by Jones. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. The Broncos had 0-1 in the year following the loss in the opener. And they were given a gift of 2 straight home games to start the campaign. Dropped one of them already. You have to figure a split of these two probably imperative.
And they did talk about that with us prior to the game, about how important it is to start the season 1-1, especially with 2 games at home. Because if you go 0-2, hard to make those up on the road as the season progresses.
2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I'll bet the offensive lineman said, "Are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down." They love being physical.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter about to begin from Denver. It's the Broncos in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. To throw is Prescott. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now Prescott. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. The Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. Looking sideline, incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
On second down, it's Jones. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Escaping the pressure right. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Richie Grant. And the Commanders are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. But the good news for them, they got the football. The bad news, they have to go 99 yards here as they start this drive out on their own 1-yard line. Give them a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Now that's the defense that they were looking for, being able to get extra bodies to the point of attack to deal with the big guy carrying the ball. You really don't want to be in a position where it's a one-on-one tackle with him.
On second down, a run with Dobbins. And he's upended at the 6 as they double their room to maneuver on a pickup of 3.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
From the gun on third down, here's Darnold. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. He hits his target, Lockett. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 40.
A gain of 21 yards. First down, Washington.
A give up the middle to Dobbins. Taking it right down Broadway. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. 46 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they had 3 tight ends in on that set.
And these guys are punching really well. I use boxing analogies a lot. A lot of coaches have told me that when you line up to run the football, it's 10 fistfights along the line of scrimmage, right? You've got to win your share. These 3 tight ends, they almost always win their fistfights.
Here's a 2nd and 8. Here's Darnold. Throw left side complete. That's Hill. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well.
Boy, this is a well-orchestrated drive they've put together. You think back to how far they were backed up to start things out, but they've gone on a march since then. And after that completion there, they've got a 1st and goal.
And finding room to work, he's down to the 2-yard line. That's a gain of 7, and we'll leave them with 2nd and goal coming up. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Dobbins will score. Touchdown, Commanders. So his strong first half continues as he finds the end zone here for the 2nd time.
And definitely good blocking at the point of attack, and you just have to love watching the way he can create space down near the goal line, and he's able to take it into the end zone.
Extra point right down the middle, and that'll make the score 14-0. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. So now the 2nd drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. Charles, it's kind of gut check time. Look, I know it's early, first quarter, just their second drive of the game, but they've already thrown the interception, given up the score. You're down double digits. They got to figure out something, and pretty quickly here.
No doubt about it, and when we look at that sideline, I'm sure you're observing the same thing I am. I don't like the body language at all. They look like they're in a state of stunned disbelief. So to me, we always talk about someone stepping up and making a big play. I think it would behoove them if multiple guys step up and make big plays right now. They need something positive to happen, and they need for it to happen now.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
That was not a real confident throw right there, and he's just 2 of 7 to start the game. Now he's going to have to find a groove with a big third down coming up. Let's see if his confidence can increase.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Prescott taking a deep shot here for Hardman. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way home for the Broncos score. Nico Hardman, 79 yards. And the Broncos have cut it back within a score. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. No problem there on the extra point. And that'll make our score 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. Johnson won't return this, and the football will come out to the 25. J.K. Dobbins leading the way as the offense returns to the field. Good returns on the last drive. He hit the end zone for the second time. Good returns in this first half, really.
Yeah, good returns for his team. Really good returns for the guy. And you know where I'm going. Darn right. Those fantasy guys who have him on their team, they're rejoicing right now, and they have a high expectation that what they've seen already will continue.
You talk about fantasy line, but why don't you just play?
I'm not good enough to play a fantasy game. I enjoy watching.
You're an analyst. You're an expert.
I mean, you were a champ last year. Keep it up.
5th place.
Okay. Well, that's a champ in my book.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Darnold's throw into the hands of Andrews. Look at the big fella go. And finally wrestled down at the 8-yard line. A big play there just before half. Yards.
I'll tell you what, this is not going to be a fun discussion at halftime for this defense. They've been absolutely taken advantage of in the first half. And here's another play for big yardage.
Here's Darnold. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
Here's Darnold now on 2nd down. They set up the screen for Dobbins. Touchdown! J.K. Dobbins on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Commanders will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. So after the disappointment in the opening week loss, Charles, this looks like really a completely different football team.
They sure do, and I think they realize we can't start 0-2, and they're determined to not let it happen by the looks of things here in the early going.
Point after, right down the middle, and it's now 21-7. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards. And it was polished off by a Washington touchdown. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Broncos going to go on offense now late in this first half. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it Down by 2 scores.
Hey, 47.
Prescott on first down. Oh, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. Carl Lawson just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Now the Broncos are going to call the first. As the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Here's Prescott. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Now 3rd down and very long.
Hey, chill. Go. Get out there.
Now Prescott. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And that's caught inside the 35. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. Here's Prescott. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. DK Metcalf. As the first half is winding down. And the Broncos are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Well, this could be a big turnaround. They get the touchdown here in the final moments of the second quarter. And remember, Charles, they're going to get the ball to start quarter number 3 as well.
So what you're saying is if they take the ball down to start the second half and score again, it could change the entire complexion of this game, couldn't it?
Absolutely. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. One final possession for the Commanders in this opening half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 32-yard line.
So we have reached halftime. Sorry, Coach, put a pin in that. We are going to move right on to the third quarter here. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, you know, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now. Concentration, so key on a ball like that.